Hey guys, we're here with another deck profile. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you did over the weekend.
Hey, afternoon. Name is Ryan Caines, and I placed third at the Shogunus Regional with Centurion.
Alright, let's see the deck list.
Sure. So starting off with the main deck, played 3 Primera, main starter of the deck. Have 3 Trudea, 2 Emmet for the Centurion, rounding off the Centurion monsters. For the rest of the Centurion package, field spell, we have 3 stand-up Centurion, 3 Emblem of Oath, and 1 Centurion Phalanx. Choose these ratios because basically is what more standard. The only thing that wouldn't be considered standard would be the 2 Emmet 6. I chose to run 2 Emmet because sometimes Emmet, when you draw the 1 Emmet, it makes the hand a little awkward to combo, because the idea behind the deck is basically to make the Calamity to lock your opponent out of the game so that you could win a lot faster. So I chose to run 2 so that in the event that I draw 1, which a lot of the times I do, I could always combo and go off like crazy and lock people out of the game. Calamity lock. So moving on to the hand traps, I ran 2 Nibiru, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I main decked 3 Ghost Spell along with 3 Draw and Lock Bird. Also for what will be classed as a hand trap are 3 Infinite Impermanence. These were okay during the day. Droll was a little underwhelming throughout the event. I think I might go back to siding Droll and possibly main deck probably Effect Vela. I think Effect Vela might be a little more impactful than the Droll and Lock. The only time this was really useful to me was against one of my Dark Hole matchups and round 7 against Flow and the Reeds. But other than that, it was very mediocre throughout the event. So looking at possibly siding this. Everything else was...
How's the Ghost Spell in the main?
Ghost Spell in the main was actually very good. It saved me a lot. Actually bounced up Bestial in round 3. And it actually saved my Primera from Sorene trying to banish the Primera. So I was able to combo through that. So Bell actually came up. It was a lot more useful than the Droll. It also saved me in my Manadia matchup. So Bell most likely staying. For the rest of the deck, we have 3 Triple Tactic Talents, 2 Super Polymerization, 1 Call by the Grave to stop hand traps, and 1 Terraforming to switch out the field spell. And for the traps of the deck, I chose to main deck 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance and 2 Summon Limit. The purpose behind the Anti-Spell Fragrance was to basically stop Super Poly, which actually seen a lot more play now thanks to the fire decks. And Super Poly is actually a main weakness of this deck, because when trying to go through the Calamity lock, Calamities are light as well as Legatia is a light, so I end up getting more Dragon a lot, and that usually blows me out of the water. So I decided to make deck a little out for it. The Summon Limit put in a lot of work, especially during the Flunder matchup, because this deck loves to simplify the game state. It thrives off of simplifying the game state. So having a 3500 and 4000 monsters in the field and stopping my opponent from summoning more than 2 monsters is often game, and it was good. The only thing that I am thinking about is main decking a 3rd Super Poly, which I had main deck before the event, but I wanted to run a clean 40, so this was one of the only cards that I could see to cut I didn't want to cut the floodgates because they were important, and Super Poly was the only thing that I could really think of to cut. So going forward, I will look to see what I can cut to include that third Super Poly moving forward.
So the anti-spell was basically to protect your main combo rather than locking people out of the game.
Yes, it was primarily to
ensure your combos go through.
To ensure my combos go through, but it actually worked very well at locking a lot of people out of the game. My branded matchup, it came through clutch in the branded matchup. It came through very clutch in the Flaunderies matchup because he had some spells to try to go off, and this just locked him out of the game.
And well, I assume nobody would be expecting these game one.
No,
So-
game one, yeah. When I activated flip this game one, everybody, I was like,
Yeah, let's go to game 2. That's basically the thing.
yeah, scoop, enter scoop phase. So moving on to the, what do you want to see next, side or?
Let's see side.
Okay, so for the side, I chose to run 2 Artifact Lancia, 2 Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, which won me a lot of games. I love this card, I will never cut it.
Especially since down here a lot of people, we end up in time all the time.
Yeah, we end up in time a lot. We have some people that love to take their time. So we end up in time. So this card was actually very clutch for me. Lancia, often game 2, everybody will try to actually even your board. So Lancia was actually, it came in clutch, it saved me from that twice in the event. Moving on, I ran 1 Feather Duster, 1 Lightning Storm, and along with 3 Cosmic Cyclone.
Lots of back rotate.
Yes, I was basically looking at Fire decks, Fire King specifically. The Cosmics will have come in clutch. Luckily for me, I did not bounce up 1 Fire King for the day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I mean they were around the tables because I was around top tables a lot for the day, and I luckily didn't see any fire decks, so it was good. But Cosmic still came in handy against my Menadia matchup as well as the Flaunderies matchup. Deck lockdown, I ran 2 of that. This card is broken, I need to run a 3rd. So I don't know what I will cut just yet to add in a 3rd deck lockdown, but this card is really good.
That's another card no one really anticipates to see in a tournament, especially nowadays.
Yeah. This was primarily for Pearly because I have a lot of respect for Pearly. A lot of people, they shrug their shoulders at Pearly, but I have some respect for Pearly. So stopping them from special summoning from the deck is actually very good, as well as the on-chain matchup. We have some very good on-chain players in Trinidad, so I wanted to respect their game and have something for them. Also, 2 Soul Release, which oddly enough I did not side in for the day because I didn't see any fire.
Kings, yeah.
I didn't see any fire decks for the day, and none of the other matchups it was looking that impactful. So this didn't come in for the day. I sided into everything else other than the Soul Release for the day, and running off the side deck we have 2 Evening Match, which also I did not use. I sided it in, but I didn't see it. But it's just there as kind of like an insurance policy.
Yeah.
So side deck worked out pretty good, minus the Soul Release. Everything else was pretty good for the day.
So nothing you would change?
Just possibly putting in a 3rd
deck lockdown.
Deck lockdown, yeah, that card, and a 3rd Ghost Sisters if I could. But the 2 were good. Probably
Yeah.
just being greedy with that 3rd one, but
Better safe than sorry.
better safe than sorry.
And well, lastly, the extract.
Yes, my very blingy extra deck along with my Thanos Field Center.
We didn't shout out the collector as.
Oh yeah. So not easy to come by, but we do what we do sometimes for the love of the game. So for the extra deck, shout out Thanos. I did double Legacia, 1 Cosmic Blazer, 1 Hot Red Dragon, King Calamity,
MVP.
MVP of the deck, the extra deck I should say. Oddly enough, I did not Calamity lock anybody until round 5. I did not see the need to go into Calamity until round 5, and it makes me a little happy because it shows that even if Konami decides to do something with Calamity, I know that my deck could function.
The deck isn't a one-trick deck.
It's not a one-trick deck, so Calamity was pretty good. Red Supernova Dragon.
You was able to pull this off at all?
This is here primarily for on-chain because he cannot be destroyed by card effects, which on-chain thrives off of destroying cards on the field. And anytime a monster effect is activated, he banishes all cards on my opponent's side of the field along with himself. So he's here primarily for the on-chain matchup. I didn't see the need to go into him throughout the event, but I just had him there in the event again.
Security.
Yes, security and respecting our on-chain players. That deck is scary, so...
Yeah, shout out Jules, shout out Buju.
Yes, those on-chain players. A card that nobody really likes in this deck, but it won me 3 matches by itself. Geomatmech Final Sigma.
The Pseudo Towers.
Pseudo Towers. This was very impactful in my branded matchup, my Flow and the Rees matchup, as well as during the Horus deck that I played round 1. This card came in very clutch.
Yeah, because it had once started in the extra monster zone, that is...
It's unaffected.
Yeah.
And it deals double damage anytime it battles a monster. So what happened in the Flounder matchup is we had the Robina and the Eaglin on the field. I flipped Summon Limit and I pulled forward my 2 monsters in the back row. So that was my 2 summons for that turn. And next turn I just synchro into this and attack the Robina for big damage.
Yeah, that's like 5k plus.
Yes. Crimson Dragon, a 1-of. This is how I make Calamity. All my level 12s, apart from Final Sigma and Legacia. Very important part. Also one of the weak points of the deck when you're trying to lock them out. Again with Super Poly, so it's just as a 1-of right now. For the links, we have 1 Dark, the Dark Charmer, SP Little Knight. I did not make either of these for the day. I've won twice, saved me against Branded. That guy played that Branded deck very well, but this was one of my saviors for that match. Get rid of Mirror Jade and I was able to go from there. For my Super Poly targets, I have Draconite, Dragonicus, Guilty, Gearfried. This to stop the Ignister, to stop Fire decks, but I didn't see any, so I didn't make it for the day, but he's still there in the event. Garua, and rounding off we have the Dragon of the Swamp. So that's basically for the extra deck. I don't see any changes being made to the extra deck. Because everything worked the way it was supposed to, and well, I had the backup for things that, like the on-chain matchup and those things, you know. So yeah, that's the profile. All in all, I have to say the event was pretty good. You know, the opponents that I had, and I want to say shout out to some of the new players that I encountered, because as I said, I was kind of on top tables for a lot of the day, and I saw a lot of new players on the top tables with me. The Branded player, I can't remember his name right now, Raja Silal, which was my only loss for the day, playing Dark World. He piloted a deck like a true pro, and my round 7 match on table 4 was another new player piloting Flow and the Rees. So I really want to say congrats to them for coming out, because I know we have something where a lot of new players are fearful for coming out to big events like this, and to see newer players on top tables, it was good to see, because you know I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, and I just want to really shout them out and congratulate them for stepping up. So that's my profile for today. I want to shout out Mark for running yet another smooth event. So congratulations to you and the entire M.V.E staff for once again doing an amazing job with running another large-scale event, and we look forward to more large-scale events going forward.
All right. Well, once again, Ryan, congrats on your third place finish. And this is Matt.
Yes, Promethean Princess Matt. You know, I was a little upset at first that it wasn't you, Belle, seeing that it's Phantom Knightmare, but you know.
The next one.
The next one. But yes.
All right. Congrats again.
Thanks.